The management of the wild horse and burro population here in Nevada has been a controversial topic for years. Well, the latest spending bill that was just signed by the president cuts the Bureau of Land Management's budget that controls that population here in the state. Well, advocates hope that this will influence change in the future.
I've had them since I was a kid.
Valerie Jewett took me to her property in the Northwest Valley. She has 2 horses behind her home.
This is Aspen. This is a Coal Creek Mustang.
She adopted Aspen 7 years ago.
They round them up and they get split up.
At just a few months old, Aspen ran away from her mother during a roundup near Coal Creek.
I've had both, domestic and wild, and they're just different.
She turned a wild horse into one of her own. She says the roundups are hard to watch.
It's horrible. If you watch those videos with the compound fractures and the bones sticking out, and they're still chasing these horses.
The American Wild Horse Conservation estimates there are 44,000 wild horses and 4,000 wild burros in the state. They have pushed for the Bureau of Land Management to use alternative population control methods. According to the conservation, the latest 2024 national spending bill cuts the BLM's budget for the horse program by nearly $6 million.
Congress is watching, and they're not going to keep throwing money at the BLM to continue implementing a failed approach to wild horse management.
Susan Roy is the executive director of the conservation. She says the $11 million designated for humane fertility control is staying the same. She says this all sends a message.
That report language also includes a directive to BLM to evaluate alternatives to helicopters in the management of horses.
They're terrified of those helicopters. Yeah. And they just run them into the ground.
Jewett says more use of fertility control with darts would work to control the state's wild horse and burro population.
We have to be better at taking care of the wildlife.
And Jewett also hopes that this will promote a more humane way to control the population here in the state. Reporting in Las Vegas, I'm Joe Moeller.